So, we've all talked about how automation can totally transform logistics, right? But what if I told you the biggest risk isn't about the tech itself, but about what happens after we flip that switch? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that hidden danger, the one that grows quietly when no one's looking.
Because the real danger you see, it isn't the act of automating. It's this subtle shift that happens once our systems are up and running. It's a shift that can catch even the most seasoned teams completely off guard. So let's break down what that really means.
Look, we all know where this journey starts. The promise of automation is simple and it's super appealing. Efficiency. It's all about getting rid of those manual, repetitive tasks that just bog down our operations and slow everybody down.
And at first, the wins are so obvious and satisfying. Emails get handled without anyone even touching a keyboard. Critical documents are generated in a flash. Whole workflows kick off without a single manual click. It's awesome. And you know what? It is. It's this huge sigh of relief, right? It frees up your people, it streamlines the business, it genuinely feels like you've solved a massive problem. But right here, in this moment of success, this is exactly where the story starts to change. Because a really critical shift starts to happen, and it's often so quiet we don't even see it. We slowly move from our systems just assisting people to our systems starting to act all on their own.
Okay, let's look at this. It's a huge distinction. On one side, you have a system assisting. It flags an issue for a person to review. But on the other side, it's acting. It's sending that message directly to a customer itself. That's the difference between just generating a report and issuing a final, legally binding compliance document. The system isn't just a tool anymore. It's become an agent.
And this brings us to the most crucial point of all. We're not just automating tasks anymore. We are automating decisions. And that, my friends, is a small change in words with absolutely massive implications.
So this is where we uncover the real risk. Our whole focus has to shift from just making a process faster to actually governing a decision maker. And that forces us to ask a fundamentally different and way more important question about our technology.
See, it is so easy to fall into this trap. Most organizations believe that the #1 risk is accuracy. They pour all their time and all their resources into making sure the system's output is factually correct, that the data is perfect. But believe it or not, that's not where things usually go off the rails. For years, the standard management question has been this simple. Was the output correct? Was the number right? Was the data accurate? It's a simple yes or no.
But that's not the right question anymore. Not even close. The question we must ask ourselves now is this. Should the system have been allowed to act at all? It's a completely different way of thinking, one that focuses on authority and context, not just simple accuracy.
And this is where we can see the real danger zone. A system can be 100% correct and still cause an absolute disaster. Imagine a factually perfect communication sent at exactly the wrong time, totally torpedoing a key customer relationship. Or think about the wrong type of compliance document, but is generated perfectly and issued automatically. These aren't small hiccups in logistics, they have immediate, cascading, and very expensive consequences. This new reality is precisely why our old ways of managing things, our old governance models, are failing us. They were built for a different world, a world where systems just helped humans. They didn't act for them.
Think about it. Most of our governance tools, all those policies, monitoring dashboards, weekly reports, they're all reactive. They're basically a rear-view mirror. They're excellent at telling you what went wrong yesterday or last week.
But they do absolutely nothing to stop it from happening in the first place. A report can't stop a system from sending that bad email. It can only tell you about it after the damage is already done.
So what's the answer here? Well, we have to stop just reporting on failures and start actually preventing them. And the way to do that is to build the governance, the guardrails directly into the process itself. And you're going to use the most valuable asset you have to do it, human experience. So how do we actually build this? Well, first, we define clear boundaries, not just what the system can do, but what it cannot do without a human giving the okay. Then we embed human approval steps at those critical points where context is everything. Next, we tap into our team's years of experience to plan for all those weird edge cases that a machine would never, ever predict. And finally, for the really high-stakes actions, we make sure there is always a human in the loop. This isn't about micromanaging a machine, it's about leading it. And this, right here, is why human experience is more critical than ever before. The people who've spent years in the trenches of logistics, the ones who know exactly where things can go sideways, who get all the nuances, they are the only ones who are qualified to define the rules and set the boundaries for your automated systems.
So if you remember just one thing from this, let it be this. Smart, successful automation doesn't replace human experience. It is fundamentally, 100%, dependent on it to be safe and to be effective.
Which leaves us with one last thought to take back to your teams. The big strategic conversation, it's no longer about what can we automate. The far more important and way more powerful question we all need to be asking ourselves now is, what should we allow our systems to do?